Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS, FANS. Let's get to the news now. Folks, buckle up, because what I'm about to tell you could be one of the most game-changing rumors we've heard in a long time. Rumors are swirling around the NFL that the San Francisco 49ers are considering a blockbuster move that could significantly shake up the NFC landscape, and the Atlanta Falcons are right in the middle of it. The buzz is that the 49ers, currently sitting at 5-8 and seemingly heading toward a rebuild, are seriously contemplating trading tight end George Kittle, a player who's been a cornerstone of their offense for years. And the reason? Well, it's all about cap space, draft picks, and rebooting their roster to get back to winning ways. But what does this mean for the Falcons? Plenty, actually, especially if it leads to a strategic upgrade for our offense, something Falcons fans have been craving for quite some time. So here's the scoop. Sources close to the situation are murmuring that the 49ers are willing to part ways with Kittle, along with some draft picks and maybe another tight end, to free up cap space. Right now, San Francisco is carrying a hefty cap hit of around $30 million, and they're pushing to clear some room to rebuild their roster, especially on the offensive line and secondary. The idea is to take a step back and then come back stronger next year, which explains the possible move for Kittle, who's been a vital part of their offense but might be seen as expendable in their current situation. The plan is to send Kittle, along with some picks and potentially an extra tight end, to a team looking for a versatile, high-impact weapon that can make an immediate difference. And here's where it gets really interesting for the Falcons. Imagine adding a player like George Kittle to our offense. At 32 years old, Kittle still brings a ton of upside. Last season, he racked up 65 catches for over 812 yards and 6 touchdowns, averaging about 7 yards per game. His 5 yards per catch, and his ability to make tough contested catches, he's a matchup nightmare, similar to Kels in that regard, would elevate our passing attack significantly. With Kyle Pitts still developing and Drake London recovering from his knee injury, Kittle could be the perfect complement, offering us that reliable target in the red zone and on third down that we've been searching for. His YAC, yards after catch, is a solid 7.5, and his PFF grade is sitting at 87. 6th this season, 5th among tight ends, which speaks volumes about his consistency and high level of play. Plus, his career stats are impressive. Over 500 yards receiving and 40-plus touchdowns, showing he's a proven playmaker. Let's take a moment here to analyze what adding Kittle would mean for Atlanta. First off, it would give us a major boost in the passing game, especially in the middle of the field where we've had some inconsistencies. Kittle's ability to create mismatches could open up more space for Pitts and London, and his presence alone would force defenses to game plan differently. The Falcons already have a solid core of receivers and a promising young quarterback, but what's been missing is that reliable, explosive tight end who can turn a short pass into a big gain. Kittle does exactly that. His average of plus 0.84 EPA per target and his 7.5 YAC show he's a game-changer in the red zone and a consistent threat on third down. Now, let's not forget the strategic angle here. The 49ers are looking at a potential tank, as some analysts suggest, especially with their current struggles, losing games that should have been wins and a defense that's been leaky, giving up an average of 24. 6 points per game, which is below their usual standards. By trading Kittle now, they get draft picks that could help them rebuild their secondary and offensive line, crucial areas that need fixing if they're serious about bouncing back next season. They're also freeing up a significant chunk of cap space, about $4.2 million, so they can allocate funds more effectively in the offseason. For the Falcons, reworking the offense with a player like Kittle would be a huge statement. Rebuilding around Pitts as a true top-tier tight end, and adding Kittle as a veteran weapon who can also serve as a blocking asset would give Atlanta a more balanced attack. It would also help take pressure off Desmond Ridder, allowing him to distribute the ball more efficiently. We know how much Arthur Smith loves a versatile offense. Think of the possibilities with Kittle lining up in different positions, creating mismatches and helping us sustain drives longer. Plus, with our defense improving and the offense getting this upgrade, the Falcons could be looking at a significant jump in points per game, possibly pushing closer to 25 points, which would be a marked improvement compared to the current 22. 4 points per game. The implications extend even further. If Atlanta manages to land Kittle, the offense would not only get a boost in production, adding roughly plus 900 yards receiving, plus 18% EPA per target, and more consistent red zone threats, but also elevate our overall explosiveness. Kittle's ability to generate big plays, especially in clutch moments, would make us more dangerous in close games and in the playoffs. His production in red zone scenarios is a game changer, giving us more options when the game is on the line. It's not just about adding talent, it's about transforming the way our offense operates, making us more unpredictable and harder to defend. Looking at the bigger picture, this move could have a ripple effect across the NFC South and beyond. The Falcons, with a revamped offense featuring Kittle, could elevate their chances of winning more games, maybe even finishing with a record that pushes us into playoff contention more comfortably. The division rivals, especially teams like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or New Orleans Saints, would need to recalibrate their defenses to handle a more potent Atlanta offense. A Kittle-led attack would also help us control the clock better, keep our defense fresh, and improve our chances of making a deep playoff run. Now, let's talk about the odds. If the Falcons manage to pull this off, the Super Bowl picture could shift dramatically. Currently, the odds for a Falcons Super Bowl win are around plus 2,000, but with the addition of a playmaker like Kittle, those odds could improve, maybe to somewhere around plus 1,000 or better, especially if we see a boost in our overall performance. For the 49ers, it's a different story. They're sitting at plus 1,200, but if they're indeed heading towards a rebuild, they might be willing to take a gamble on draft capital now for a future return that could be worth it. All in all, this rumored trade is a bold move, but it's one that makes a ton of sense for the Falcons. It's about investing in the present while setting ourselves up for the future. Kittle's a proven winner, a matchup nightmare, and a perfect fit for Arthur Smith's offense, which thrives on versatility and physicality. If we can pull this off, it could be a turning point, an injection of talent that propels us into serious playoff contention and possibly even a deep postseason run. It's exactly the kind of move that can define a franchise's trajectory for years to come. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster? Do you think bringing in George Kittle would be the missing piece for us? Or do you believe there are other moves that need to happen first? Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. Your opinion really matters to us and, of course, to the Falcons. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates and insights, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. We're in this journey together, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for our team. Let's keep the passion alive and keep pushing forward, because with the right moves, we're destined for greatness.